Welcome to the New School Real Estate Pod. This is a podcast for real estate agents everywhere who are looking to start from scratch or relaunch their business. Our goal is to bring you an amazing guest every single episode who will share something that you can implement in your business today. Let's get into our newest episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our newest episode of the New School Real Estate Podcast. As always, it is me, the award-winning sales representative, Rob Marsiglio, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Your co-host, Gabriela Batista. And the fact you said the award-winning shows a lot. Like we're getting up there. We're winning some awards ourselves. We're a pretty big deal now.
Yeah, we're at that point. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna get some sponsors. We're gonna amp up this podcast. We're pretty amped. We're pretty excited. But yes, Gabriela Batista, another award-winning realtor, and we are here with an awesome. I'm gonna call her the queen of networking. She won't agree with me. But that's why I say, because it's gonna piss her off a bit. But Analia Peraza we're here, joined by Analia Peraza. How are you doing, Analia?
I'm doing amazing on this beautiful sunny day.
Beautiful sunny day.
Exactly.
From all corners. I'm like east of the city. Analia, you're a little north and west of the city. Gabe's right in the city. It's nice.
Yeah,
all over
and I'm in a dark room, so you can't even see the sun. But it's totally okay.
It's all good.
But we work as we can. But yes, queen of networking, Gab's proclaimed networking. We're so excited to dig into your business today and just learn about what made your business you, because that's something that you have always taught us there.
What made my business what, Gabe?
What makes your business you?
Me.
If we're going to talk about networking today, the cool thing about networking is it's so different for everyone, and everyone has like their own version of networking, their own group of people. And I think it's a pretty nice tagline when it comes to networking. Rob, what do you think about when you think about networking in real estate and repeating referral and that type of relationships? What do you think about networking?
Meeting up with everybody at a pub.
Yeah. Brewery
tours.
That's it.
That's where my head goes.
Yeah, it's all different for all of us. So I guess to get started, Analia, we're just gonna ask you first off, because you're on the podcast. Are you an award-winning real estate agent? We got to double check with that.
I am. I've been an award-winning realtor since, I don't know, since I started, I think.
Boom.
Yeah, since 5 months into it.
Legit right when you joined. I love it. That's good.
Yeah.
You're now allowed to continue in the podcast, so that works well. So awesome. So before I guess we dive deep in, let's just hear about, give us the cold notes. What's the summary of your business up to this point? How long have you been in the business? What's been your journey so far?
I've been in business since 2013. My journey has been up and up, has been great. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, but most importantly, integrity and honesty, being your true self and aligning yourself with your true values. So I strongly believe to always be yourself, never pretend to be anybody else. And what you see is what you get, really. Integrity, knowledge, which is very important, never stop learning. And be honest and truthful with your clients. Build a true relationship based on trust and mutual understanding and value. Provide value.
So was that right when you started then, Analia, like defining your values? Obviously you have values, you have beliefs as a person, but how did you kind of get clarity on that when you first came into the business and decide this is how I'm going to attack it?
Honestly, it took me a while to get clarity because I was always pushing for the next deal and running after any opportunity. But I realized along the way that I was losing parts of myself. I'm a mom, foremost, I'm a mom to 3 amazing kids. I'm a wife to the most amazing husband. And I noticed that I was losing myself. And I guess the moment that, I received clarity was when my husband said, I'm done with you from one day to the next. And this is the honest truth. I was working 24/7, sleeping very little hours, not taking care of myself, not taking care of my family, and not allowing for the time to spend with my kids and my spouse and my family as a whole. And that's when I realized that something needed to change. So with the help of amazing coaches that I had throughout my career, one being my sister-in-law in the UK, my sister-in-law Talia, she taught me on how to pinpoint what my ideal client is. And the moment that I realized that, the moment where my value came in, is when I learned to have more time. I learned to work differently, and I actually succeeded way more in my business.
So you answered my question, because I was going to ask you if your business improved after making that change, but can you tell me what it looked like prior to making this change, and then afterwards kind of what it looks like now as well?
It looked like I was, when you kill a chicken and it's running without a head, like that. And how it looks like now, we managed to move to a small town from downtown core. We lived in Cabbagetown for a long time, many, many years. So now we live in a sleepy town in Orangeville, in Ontario. And I work by referral. I still work by referral, repeat and referral business, but I'm also referring out. So I have strategic partners all throughout Ontario and outside of Ontario. We've done deals in Quebec and in different areas. And sorry.
You're all good.
My office is in the shed, and yeah. And so it's been great because, I always thought that how am I going to say no to my clients, especially people that have helped me get where I am and trust me. But the truth is that if you align yourself with the right professionals that share the similar values as you, are willing to grow, have open communication, then the sky is the limit when it comes to real estate. You guys, for example, Gabe knows I've referred clients to Gabe. As of last week, I've referred you another client, Rob. So cooperating, being honest, keeping your integrity, and
100%.
Yeah.
Said perfect.
Yeah. So you mentioned finding what the ideal client looks like. So, you had the awesome moment of clarity. You had that time to brainstorm and figure out what that person is. How did you go about finding that, clientele? Or at least, not to shift over into networking initially, or not even just networking. How did you go about finding that, group of people that you really jived with and that you really wanted to do business with?
So one of the things that we are taught KW at Keller Williams is to work our database and to really pay attention to our database. And one of the things that I've always loved doing is hosting parties, hosting dinners, going out to dinners with clients and things like that. And I realized that there's a 20% of people in my database that not only we became true friends, like we're talking real friendships, those are the people that send me clients on a regular basis, send me business. So it's focusing on seeing where you grow, seeing those friends, those partners, referral partners, because referral partners could come in different shapes of form. Could be the cashier at your favorite supermarket, could be one of your mortgage brokers, could be one of your lawyers, could be your home inspector, could be your next door neighbor, could be your brother, which in this case is my brother too. So all these people that think of you, you're on top of mind, are thinking of you regularly and constantly feeding you business. We need to keep in mind to be in touch and be on top of their mind, acknowledging the Father's Day, Mother's Day, their birthdays, going out to dinner with them, showing them how much you really appreciate them, and being always your true self. So I don't know if I answered your question, Gabe.
I think so. I think you kind of segued into another kind of point in making your clients feel important, because if they're going to send you business and think of you, you're obviously going to think of them. And one thing I know about you very well is you go above and beyond for that type of stuff. And you always tell me, provide value to people. And, how would you find that you're able to provide value to your clients, different than, the average real estate agent, where people kind of forget and, drop the ball there?
To me, a client is not a transaction. A transaction, we can do it quickly, we can get it done, we can close a deal, we can negotiate, we can get paid. But a transaction is way more than that. A client is not a transaction, it's a person, it's a family. So what I like is to show appreciation for that client. Tomorrow, I get calls regularly. And how much did this property sell? What do you think about this property? What do you think of that? I've had clients tell me regularly, how much do I owe you? You're spending so much time on me. Nothing. You don't owe me anything. I'm here because I want to help you. I want to see you succeed. I've had in different cases where clients have said, let's put an offer on this property. I think this is a great No, I don't think this is a great property. That you want my honest opinion. I wouldn't buy this property. And I don't think it suits your needs because of A, B, C, and D. You're not just a deal. You're not just a paycheck. You are a relationship. And that's what I value.
And I think that something you just said there is, if you can give that honest feedback and say, don't offer on this property, it's not for you based on our consultation, like that's so powerful in a client's mind, in a relationship's mind, like looking at Analia as she's not out to get this deal or to sell us quickly or do any of that stuff. She truly cares about us. And that's what kind of fosters those relationships going forward, right? I heard something on a podcast today, actually. It was, the best realtors are the ones with the most friends. And it sounds like you have this big network of friends. For somebody, I guess, just getting into it who wants to kind of take this approach, how long did it take for you? So like it's the phones are ringing every single day for people asking Analia for advice.
I always thought I was a realtor, even when I wasn't.
Okay.
I always wanted to be one. My dad was a realtor. My uncle is a realtor. I've always admired them. And my friends always came to me for advice, even though I was not a realtor. I will go see houses. So I kind of had one foot in. And I also have a legal background. So it was a little bit easier when it came to drafting documents and understanding what we're doing in real estate. That is not just putting up a for sale sign or doing an open house. So I would say it was fairly quick. My first year in real estate, I only made $5,000. But on my second, I received President's Gold for Royal LePage. If you know what that falls under. So anyway, so I did well, but I also have a great network of people that appreciate me and care, meaning my brother, a lot of my brother's friends, a lot of my really close friends. We don't have family here. It's essentially my in-laws, my parents, and my brother. That's it. But we do have a great network of amazing people. And they know that I'm truthful, I'm honest, I have integrity. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And people welcome me to put my business card in their businesses, passed on my name to other people. Even if they didn't use me, to this day, I have amazing referral partners that have not used me, but have sent me tons of referrals, for whatever reason, I mean, everyone has their own story. Right. We can't get upset because your best friend is not using you. Your best friend has her own shoes to wear, No,
they're dead to me if they don't use me, Analia.
Not to me. They'll call me when the deal doesn't close.
Go to Analia. If you're dead to me, go to Analia, okay? No, you know who you are.
Branding. I love the branding, Rob.
But in all honesty, these same people can come to my client appreciation parties. These same people come to my networking events, not networking events, but like parties that I hold at my place.
Networking events.
I'm South American. So we love getting together, even though I don't dance Spanish music. I don't know how. I have two left feet and my husband does too. But yeah, we love gathering around food and, talking loudly. And
Whatever you can do to embrace it. I'll be honest with you. The one thing that what I get from this conversation is do what fits your group of people. You know what I mean? And I know you've given me lectures on this type of stuff. Find the people you want to jive with, and whatever that is. I'll use the example you always tell me is if my group of people are young professionals, go grab beers, go to pubs like Rob said, do whatever you can to
Yeah.
get in front of those people, and do it consistently. And make the one thing that I like that you always kind of touch base with me is grab 2 or 3 groups or 2 or 3 friends that don't know each other, but you think would work really, really
and
well.
bring them together.
Yeah. Be the connector that brings them in and just, be a part of their, conversation and be kind of the person that, introduced everyone and everyone's going to remember you. Oh, it's my buddy Gabs, my buddy Gabe. That's one just cool little thing, and just know who you are. I'm going to jump into one more networking question, and I promise we'll move on.
Okay.
When let's say that an agent is looking to get started when it comes to networking, how do they find their group of people? Like, what is like? I know, for example, you have the Hispanic network, women's network. How do you kind of find your group of a group of people that really fit you? Like, how did, for example, that come about, the Hispanic network of
Well, one of
women?
my amazing friends, that's also part of the group, she put my name in, and believe it or not, I went on an interview, even though, I was so intimidated actually, but it was wonderful. I admired these women for a very long time. I went to their events. And I always thought, me, I have a vision board, and it was part of my vision board to be part of the Hispanic Women's Network, because these are a group of professional women that are lawyers, mortgage brokers. One owns a spa, one has um, sells insurance, psychotherapist, so forth, right? And I admire them because they got together, putting these events together to help women entrepreneurs. I'm so sorry, it's so loud. I don't know if you hear my kids.
They should
And
be part of the interview, the kids. So
I
if
didn't
they're helping
realize
your
the window
network,
is open. So these women help other women succeed. And I always wanted to be part of a group of women that volunteer our time to do this. And now it's been, I think, 2, 3 years, maybe 3 years. I can't remember. I'm really off with time, that I've been part of this amazing group of women. We're putting an event next week, at the end of the month. So, and we have great speakers, and we all get together, women that are self-employed, that work for offices, and we just network together, talk about kids, life, realities of being self-employed.
exactly, yeah, and that allows you to, that's your group of people, and what we're telling everyone in the audience today is find your group of people, do these events, do what you're going to cut
Yes
in.
and no, because my group of people is actually many groups of people.
Right.
We'll find you many groups.
I love the moms from the school. When I lived in downtown Toronto, I would volunteer at the school. I will go, there's another group of women called Happy Healthy Women. I would go every Thursday to have coffee with women and talk about the weather or whatever. There's another group called Meetup.
Yeah.
These are apps that we can find on our phones and, connect with other individuals. So my people are many people.
Right.
I also sponsor my brother and his friends' a soccer team, for 3 years in a row. And these are amazing men that literally dedicate so much of their time. The group has grown I think they have over 90 kids now.
Right.
And when they started, they were little. It was just for my nephew, David, my other clients, Danny's son, Seba, and now they're getting, these are amazing men that donate so much of their time, but I sponsor them. You can see it on my, so it's barbecues, it's get-togethers, and, it's being present and being genuine.
Yeah.
People, can I swear? Because
Please.
people can see through bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We've
you
been too
always,
PG up to this point. We need more swearing.
okay, so like I see through bullshit and I feel energy. I know it may sound weird, but if I can sense that you're selling me, you know what? I don't have time for you. Don't sell me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I love about everything you've been saying. Like it's a theme, and like correct me if I'm wrong, Analia, but you're not going to these events and maybe you are wearing a pin that says you're a realtor, and maybe you're not.
No.
Like you don't strike me as the kind that would. But you're just
No.
having
There's
you're
nothing
just
wrong
having
with that, Rob. I
conversations
do it
with
all the time.
people. You're having conversations with people. They know you're a realtor by the time you're done that conversation, or after a couple of conversations. It's just really maintaining and grooming those relationships. Gabe, you look like you have something you want to
I
say
do.
about hopping to my next question.
I'm sorry to interrupt your question, but even to bring the point how I know Analia, it's just like, for example, she mentioned she has so many different networks of people. I worked at a community center where kids worked at, or kids went to school, and her after school program, we just kind of knew each other, and I knew she was the real estate person. But she was still there to support. Wasn't there to sell me. She was just there to pick up her kids, but she still provided supports in the community center, for example. So it
Yeah,
shows
I
like
forgot
your
about that.
efficiency. Yeah, you forgot about that. It's how we know each other.
No, I know that, but I
I know.
forgot that I supported the community center. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to sum up my point, Rob, before I let you back in, you have your eggs in many, many different baskets, and you support as many different, ways as you can when it comes to networking. It's not just a one size fits all.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you moved to the new community and stuff, and what's kind of going to be the strategy to entrench yourself in that community? Does it revolve around the kids' schools, programs? What does that look like right now, Analia?
I'm going to win the lotto and start fresh.
Beautiful.
No. So that's a great question, Rob, because we've been here for almost 2.5 years now.
Okay.
And to tell you the truth, other than my immediate neighbors and a few moms at school, I haven't met anyone because I've been busy with my work, and the children and the whole COVID thing, and that set us back another 1.5 years. But I'm a co-chair at the parent council at school. In terms of the community, I don't know that many people, but I'm hopeful that we'll find some time in the near future, because we are restructuring our business to start knocking on doors, old-fashioned way, knocking on doors, free more of our time by building more referral partners around the province. And old-fashioned way, knocking on doors.
That's it. You're going to combine the networking and the door knocking and what you're good at. So
I just remembered, we are about to knock on doors on our street. It's a crescent, to invite our neighbors for a barbecue, strictly neighborly, nothing to do with real estate, other than those that have seen our open house signs, because we're outside trying to fix them. Don't know that we're realtors. So we're hoping to actually go door knocking next week, and handwritten cards, invite our neighbors for a nice big barbecue and meet our neighbors. So let's start somewhere.
That's a smart hidden gem, actually. For anybody listening, starting your business out, get your for sale signs. And if you're on a busy street, just work on it on your front lawn kind of thing, or like pretend like you're doing something with it. And then that'll maybe even strike up some conversation there, Okay, I love that, Analia. Thank you.
I definitely did that too. It's a good little one to show off.
Yeah, we've had a few open houses. Thankfully, open houses have been open now. And we've been doing some open houses. We have an amazing listing nearby. A 10-acre property and another amazing townhouse downtown in Cabbagetown, where we used to live. So we've been working on it.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. I'm gonna make this a very quick rapid fire question and answer, because we ask all of our guests this question. I feel like we must ask you this question. If you were starting your business all over today, Analia, you get rid of all the years in the business, what would you do differently, or what would you do the same?
I'm not selling, and you guys know me.
Mhm.
The number one thing for new agents to do is to not think twice and come and work for Keller Williams Referred. One, and I don't kiss ass. Everybody that knows me knows that. We have Glenn McQueenie, which is the most amazing broker owner on the face of the earth.
He might have been on an episode, just saying. So get back to the episode.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I love him. He's my favorite person. No, but in all seriousness, I always say this, and I told you, Gabe, from day one.
Yep.
If I would have started at KW, my business will be completely different today. My children were way smaller. I was more eager.
Yeah.
And I had more drive and more energy, even though I get up at 5 every day. But yes, it started at KW.
That's a fantastic answer. We're definitely not going to milk the shit out of that answer. So that's an awesome way to wrap it up. Analia, if people want to learn more about what you're doing in Orangeville, Toronto, and networking, everything like that, where can they find you?
They can find me at 416-561-9588. Our brand is I for Real Estate, letter I, numeric number 4, realestate.ca is our website. Same is our Instagram.
Beautiful. Well, anyways, that's awesome. We thank you, Analia, for coming on the podcast. And yeah, everyone listening, thank you for listening. And we're excited for, to boost this out to you guys and get networking, get going, find your people. Let's stop dilly-dallying. Anyways, enjoy everything, guys. Thank you, Analia, and stay busy, guys. Take care, guys. And that's the end of our episode of New School Real Estate. Thank you for tuning in and listening to all the great value that our guests had to provide today. Hopefully you can take away one thing from what we spoke about and apply it to your business and truly make it new school. If you are a new or growing agent looking for some supports to grow your real estate business, feel free to reach out to Rob or myself on social media. We'd be happy to have a conversation. But until next time, make it a day and stay busy, my friends.